Hey guys, Jason here. I'm gonna do something I kind of sort of did it before, but I really haven't really, I really kind of haven't done this before. Um, I kind of want to go back to a review that I did and really get more in depth with it. I know with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I did two reviews, a spoiler review and a spoiler-free review. I already gave my thoughts on Nope last week, but it's the kind of movie that the more you think about it, the longer it sits with you, the more you see the nuances and come to the realizations and the messages that are in the movie. I really do want to see it again because it's the kind of movie that just every time you watch it, clearly it's the kind of movie that every time you watch it, it adds more in terms of rewatch value because you catch more, you see more. So I really kind of wanted to talk about some of the things that I thought were really cool and really interesting about Nope. So obviously, if you haven't seen the movie, I'm going to be talking some spoilers here. So if you want to preserve the experience, I suggest watching my other review on it, and then going to see the movie because it is definitely worth seeing. It's the kind of movie that you want to see with fresh eyes. So that being said, if you've seen Nope or you don't care about any of that, let's get going into it. So Jordan Peele has said in interviews and things that this movie was going to be a spectacle. It was going to be his spectacle picture, and he wasn't quite being completely honest about it because yes, it is his spectacle picture, but it is also a picture in itself about spectacle, and that we as a society feed on and thrive on spectacle to the point where it could lead to our downfall. And that's really what happens in this movie. It's also kind of a movie about exploitation, the destructive nature of Hollywood. And there's so many tropes about the movie. One of the big things that was unexpected for me that you kind of pick up on, as the film progresses is that, so in the trailers and in the early parts of the film, you get kind of a Independence Day, Invasion of the Body Snatchers type vibe, aliens, UFO, spaceships coming to our planet to infiltrate, to take over, to conquer, to steal our resources, that sort of thing. But as the movie progresses, it becomes clear that the spaceship is not a spaceship at all, that it is a living, breathing entity, a creature, a predator from another planet. To me, the parallels from those movies I had mentioned before kind of fade away, and really the biggest movie I can think of that it draws its parallels to is Jaws. It has a lot of imagery and just similarities to, Jaws. And I thought that was really interesting. That kind of shows some of the inspirations that Jordan Peele is drawing from. And it's just fantastic. It just hits me on a whole nother level. Everybody keeps saying that the scene with the chimpanzee, Gordy's home, where he goes ballistic and loses it on set and, maims several cast and crew members and leaves the character at the heart of the incident, Jupe, played, in his older years as by Stephen Yun. He's the only one who kind of makes it sort of unscathed, except for a few psychological, emotional scars. And really, everybody says it doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's not. Well, first of all, very early on, rather than actually describe the event as it happens, he goes into how it was played out on Saturday Night Live in a sketch. And I thought that was an interesting idea, because it's his way of dissociating from it, even though he experienced it firsthand. And it played out much differently than that. But it also kind of, to me, the way I saw it, maybe I'm wrong, he realized at that time that he was, in a situation where he was dealing with a wild animal, a creature, that he kind of made a bargain with it. There's the moment where he's hiding under the table, and after the people have been, he's beaten on the people that have moved or whatever, and he's kind of going around, the chimpanzee is just going around set. He sees the silhouette of the young Stephen Young's character Jupe under the tablecloth, through the tablecloth. So he goes up to the table, and Jupe puts his fist up, and the chimpanzee bumps it, just like they did in the show, right? And at that time, animal control comes in and shoots the chimpanzee dead. So to me, I see that as, because there's that moment where he's flashing back to it, and he's flashing back to it, and he kind of has sort of a smile on his face as he's thinking back to it, which I thought was really weird for such a traumatic event. That my thought is, he made a bargain with a wild animal back then, so he believes he can do it again. He can do, he never learned the lesson that chimpanzee, that wild animal, was used for exploitation, and the results ended, it ended badly. And yet he's going to continue by trying to make this bargain with this extraterrestrial predator for exploitation. And he definitely doesn't learn his lesson, and he pays the ultimate price, along with the 40 other people that were scooped up and devoured by the creature. But I mean, even OJ and M are not beyond exploitation. They're trying to score the perfect, clean image of it to get what M refers to as the Oprah shot. The shot that's going to make them millions, that's going to save the ranch, save the family business. And that's all OJ really wants. And OJ really doesn't want to be a part of this life. It's very clear early on that he's half into it. And I don't know, Daniel Kaluuya's performance as OJ, and it's very restrained and very subdued, and it speaks a lot to the character. That's who he is as a character. He doesn't really want to do this. That's not what he's, that's not what he wants, but he's doing it as a sense of duty, as a sense of purpose in his family. M is just trying to do all this stuff for the fame and the fortune, and she's got all these side hustles and all these side businesses. And everybody's trying to use, spectacle for exploitation. Even the camera guy, the IT guy, the IT guy, Angel, he's wanting to expose aliens, to kind of prove that it's all real. Again, the spectacle of it all. And then, of course, there's the cinematographer who wants to get that perfect shot, the impossible shot. And that's why he's willing to sacrifice himself at the end of the movie to get the impossible. And he says the thing that says, man was not meant to attain the impossible. And that's another kind of thing towards Jaws, is like the sacrifice. that one of the characters, the crewmates on the boat makes to the creature. It's ultimately, it's this very nuanced and just extraordinary film. I didn't feel like I gave it credit when I reviewed it last week, but I thought I would give it more credit now. I definitely again want to see it once more, maybe a few more times, just to kind of get every little nugget and piece out of it. And one of the big things that somebody pointed out that I didn't even think of, because again, you don't really think about it and when you're in the moment, and there was one particular shot that was almost like a shot-for-shot remake of a scene in Akira, the anime Akira. You'll see. If you haven't seen the movie, you'll see. If you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the movie, it's extraordinary. And it's another example of why Jordan Peele is just dominating in the horror suspense genre right now. And I can't wait to see more of what he's got going down the pipeline. I can't wait to see this movie again. Let me know what you thought of Nope down in the comments. If you picked up on anything. Obviously, we're going to talk spoilers in this thread. In that thread, if you haven't seen the movie, don't look at the comments. But why are you watching this video anyway? So, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click that notification bell to get updates on all my future videos. Thank you so much for indulging me in this additional kind of chit chat about a movie. This is really what my channel is all about. It's me wanting to kind of talk about and go through and really break down and process movies, TV shows, books, things like that. And thank you so much for watching, as always, and I will see you next time. Bye.